RealDog.com TV, and this is our Saturday Tailgate Show live from Berkley. This is Mary Sue. We're at their tailgate. Go Bears!
All right, well, welcome. Welcome to our tailgate.
All right, with me today is former Cal linebacker Justin, and tell me how to say your last name.
Moye, M-O-Y-E.
Moye, and with me is Husky Legend, the only man in college football history to be the MVP of the Orange Bowl, the Rose Bowl, and he's the father of Nate Robinson, NBA three-time slam dunk championship, Jacque Robinson. All right, and thank you, gentlemen, for joining us. And I want to start off with talking a little bit about how today. Earlier today, ESPN said that Washington against Utah didn't really pass the eye test, but so they put Texas A&M up over them. Okay. But apparently Texas A&M couldn't pass the smell test. Number 4 played like number 2, as in dog doo-doo, and they went down. And tell us what you think about that.
Hey, I knew it was coming. So I was just sitting back and just waiting, and I turned to it, and I saw the first 2 touchdowns. I said, these guys are in trouble right here. And they scored a touchdown right before half and made it halfway decent. But I knew it was going to happen.
That's a classic example of the national polls, jipping the Pac-12 on the notoriety that we deserve. It's the most some of the most competitive football in the country. We get gypped every year because we're on the West Coast. It's just great to see SEC teams lose, and the Pac-12 hopefully get some deserving credit here in the future. Exactly.
All right, and now the Huskies can go out and plant their sword here in Berkeley. Cal is 4-0 at home. They knocked off Oregon, Utah, and Texas. The Huskies are currently 5th in the playoffs. Are currently 5th. We are live, okay? This is what you get when you're live. The Huskies are currently 5th in the playoff committee's poll, behind a one-loss Texas A&M team. That's going to change. Who now have 2 losses. Okay, the Huskies are 8-0. Face Cal, who's 4-4. And I'm going to talk to you first, Jack. To you, Justin, first. Could this be a trap game for the Huskies?
I believe so. I think the guys got SC next week, and I think it's a game where going into this game, there's so much to prove for Washington, but I think Cal with their potent offense, if they get out early, I think it's a game where it's going to be who scores last, and obviously turnovers are going to be pivotal. But I think Cal has a great opportunity to show the country what offense is all about and beat the Huskies. It's going to be a great game, and I think the Huskies are in for a long, hard battle today.
Thanks, Justin. And Jacque, Myles Gaskin and Levon Coleman have started to turn into one of the better running back tandems for the Huskies. I think based on last year, Gaskin is a starter, but Levon Coleman actually leads the nation in per carry average with running backs over 50 carries. Talk about how difficult it is for a running back to be patient, because last year he was not patient. He was sort of a battering ram. And now he's developed a lot of patience. He always had the vision, and he now actually has an extra gear. Talk about how he has developed as a running back.
That's a good thing. An extra year is always a good thing. So with him just playing whole another year is giving the experience that he needs to go out there and be patient. And that's one of the main things about being patient, and setting up your blocks and being patient for your linemen to do their job first, and then you can do yours. And he's been doing a great job of that. He's patient, and his speed he's been using, and his powers is just extraordinary. So.
Yeah, and he was a little bit of a I won't say an afterthought, but he wasn't. Husky fans, I don't think, were expecting the Levon Coleman that they have now. And because we have Dwayne Washington go to the NFL, but in classic Coach Pete form, you lose a guy to the NFL and you get 2 better guys coming up.
Next man up.
Next man up, and they have 3 really good running backs. We haven't seen a whole lot of Javon Dotson yet, but he's a quality back, and that big offensive line, I think it's going to present some challenges for the Cal defense. And talk about about the Cal defense?
Oh, man, that's a scary thought when you have three great running backs coming into Memorial Stadium today. I think Cal's weakness as a team is their defensive run game. I've seen the last 4 losses that we've had, people have run all over us. I attribute that not so much to the scheme and all that, but I think it's the depth and injuries that we've had. It's going to be up to the Cal defense to hold them up on the line of scrimmage and have a chance for our team to have a chance of winning this game. I think the defensive run game has been our struggle all year. We know that you guys are coming in with some potent running backs.
And that's not even mentioning John Ross. I want to focus because we have a legend with us. I want to talk about the running backs, but let's flip over to the other side of the ball. Last week, Greg Gaines, Vita Vea, and Elijah Qualls, they all got kind of pushed around by a large Utah offensive line. That's something that you don't see from a Coach Pete defense. Talk about, and Cal is coming into the game. They've given up 12 sacks. Is that a product of the quarterback? Is that a product of the scheme? Is it a product of the offensive line? What has really been the key?
There is some difference between Utah's strength is running the ball, lining up, pounding, grounding. Cal's complete opposite. You got guys who are spreading out 4 or 5 wide, trying to create space. We got Muhammad as a running back, who's a quick hitter, who's just trying to create that space inside the line of scrimmage. Davis Webb does a great job of reading the defense and getting the ball out of his hands quickly to his playmakers. I think that's why there is such the low sack totals, because Davis Webb does a great job of reading the defense, knowing when pressure's coming, when to get the ball out quick enough. So he's not taking 4 or 5 step drops. He's just one and gun and getting it out and ready to go.
And the Huskies stunt or blitz less than just about anybody in college football. With Cal's passing game, how difficult is it going to be for the Huskies? Do you think that they're going to have to try to mix things up, rattle him early, or do you think they're going to kind of have to sit back and sort of try to keep the game in front of them?
If it was me running the defense for the Huskies, I would say keep everything in front of them. Cal relies on sometimes getting guys to creep up and hitting that home run pass. I think with keeping guys in front and not blitzing as much, I think Washington's athleticism can corral Cal's offense. But at the same time, I think we have enough playmakers on the outside to create some mismatches and hopefully get some yardage going down the field.
And talk about lightning in a bottle, and guys, the Huskies have Dante Pettis, who took the one back to the house last week. They also have John Ross on the Huskies. How do you see the Huskies? Cal comes in as one of the worst defenses in the country. They have a lot of injuries, but do you expect a track meet? Do you expect how do you expect the Huskies to sort of attack Cal? Do you think they're going to change things up because they've lost 7 of their 8 defensive backs that were there in the spring are not there right now? Do they attack them with Dante Pettis? How do you see the Huskies really going after Cal?
Myself, I would think they would go after him with the run. Those great backs started up with that, and once they start struggling with that, and then you're going to hit them with the big pass. And it's been successful all year, so we don't want to go away from that. You know what I'm saying? So we want to stay with the same thing that's been happening for us and what we've done the whole defense they've been winning. So the run is going to be the first thing, and then the pass is going to be the same way it was all during the year. And Ross and Pettis,
yeah, and last week was the first time this year that the Huskies did not win the turnover battle. That has really been a key. I think Jake Browning has 27 touchdown passes and 3 interceptions, and they don't put the ball on the ground very often. Do you think that is a turnover they're going to be key, or do you think the Huskies can just overpower the Cal defense?
It depends on the turnovers, which ones there are. I mean, any kind of interception in bad territory is always a bad thing whenever you're playing, and that also takes a lot of momentum away from them. But as long as they take care of the ball and run the ball and also mix them with the pass, they'll be okay.
All right. Now it is score prediction time. Over to you first.
You know, I think it's going to be a track meet. I think we got both some great offenses on the field today. I think it's going to be who has the ball last. Turnovers are always going to be key. I think the talent on Washington, the depth of Washington is obviously, you can see it on the field. I think it's going to be a high-scoring game, a long game. Get ready to go into the midnight hours for this one. I think it's going to be Cal 54, Washington 49.
Whoa! 54-49. All right, I like it. All right, let's get yours.
That sounds good for a Cal player to say something. But, I'm thinking myself. I was thinking more like 45-20.
45-20 for the Huskies. That's almost what I am predicting. I'm predicting the Huskies to win 42-12. I think Cal can only get 4 field goals out of the game.
Hey!
That sounds good.
I think the defense by the Huskies was really challenged by Utah, and I think they have something to prove, and they don't want to give up any scores. With Texas A&M losing earlier today, I think the Huskies need to go out there, plant their sword, and say, we deserve to be in the playoff picture. And I think the Huskies win this one, and they win it with their subs. No offense to the Cal, you guys have been fantastic letting us come here for the tailgate.
Fun game.
But I also think that they would have, if they'd have played the game, maybe when the sun's shining, on grass, I think Cal might have a better opportunity. But, you know, a night game where it's nice and cold, you know, I mean, that's
dog weather.
Come on, that's dog weather. Exactly, and also on the turf. So that, and that's also.
We'll see at 7:30 tonight when the game goes on.
All right, and thanks to former Cal Bear Justin Moye and newly inducted Husky Hall of Fame member Jacque Robinson. RealDog.com is your most complete and most trusted source for Husky contact. Visit RealDog.com for a live game thread for today's game. Don't go to RealDog.com and let them know that Mike Martin sent you. 42-12. Huskies win it today. Go